I always like to cut this baby up into a little highlight reel. But stay tuned and I'll get to the actual simulation in just a moment. So let me get this all situated on my end. Thumbnails up. This baby some tags. He has a little, give you guys a little YouTube tutorial every time I start this baby. Get my tags. Some Vikings. Atlanta Falcons. Vikings versus Falcons. Simulation. Boom, alrighty. Now I think we're ready to go. So, make sure that's all saved. Just for funsies, we're going to take a little gander at the Falcons roster here. While I wait for a few more people to join in. Well, this is we're going to be... Sup, Jacob? Sup, Damien? Let's look at how god-awful... So I just did the new roster update. Let's see how god-awful... the Madden gives the no respect at all to the Vikings. So let's look at this. Old Sammy Sleeves is 80. I don't know how he's this as good as Keenum, but Keenum at 80, I think that's fine. Right over Teddy, as far as we know, he's better. I think they give Murray a little buff to 84. And I like that. Just a little bit better than McKinnon. I think that's fine. I don't know why they have no respect at all for CJ Ham. Adam Thielen, look how god-awful this is. Adam Thielen's an 87, which isn't bad. It isn't bad. But let's compare him to the rest of the league. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. He's tied here. So like 18. 18 receivers are straight out better than Adam Thielen, according to Madden, when he's third in the league with receiving yards. Over 1,000 yards already. Horseradish. Alright. Diggs here, I think that's okay. I think he's about a 90, but it's whatever. And, Rudy, gain some love. Yeah, at least a 90, like 92, 93 probably. Reef at 78's god-awful too. He should be like an 85. Easton, I think he should be like a mid to high 70s. Elfline, low 80s. Berger should be at least mid-80s. He's one of the better run blockers in the league. And Reimers 82. I'm fine with Reimers being like an 82, but how is he better than Reef? In what world is Madden getting the rankings from? 185. Griffin should be like 95, 96 by now, too. He should be in the discussion for Defensive Player of the Year. The only tackle that hasn't led up a sack this year is 78. Yeah, let's bring that up to the EA producers. This is the most realistic Madden experience. Here we are. I think Johnson is a little better than 75. I think that's a little bit low. Definitely these two. That's like borderline, like shouldn't even be playing. And they're really solid backups. Getty in 70, that's okay. I think he's better than that, but it's whatever. Kendricks, look at the 76 on Kendricks and 87 on Barr. Kendricks is leading our team in tackles, ladies and gentlemen. This is his third year in a row. 76! That's mediocre for those who don't know. They're saying Eric Kendricks is a mediocre middle linebacker. Let me go to Barr. They say he's like a Pro Bowler, so that's like where it is. It's like not starting in the Pro Bowl, but a solid like second or third stringer in the Pro Bowl. So a very solid linebacker. But Kendricks is just as good, if not better. That's ridiculous. Corners, look at this, Rhodes. A guy that a lot of people say best cornerback in the league. At least top 3. That's almost unanimous. Almost everybody will say Rhodes is about top 3. Kendrick's out lowest rated defensive player on Pro Football Focus. He's really low. Okay. Okay, so maybe he just doesn't go into their algorithm or whatever. Well, all right. So 89. Let's see how he ranks in NFL. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's 7 people straight out better than him. Kendricks is our lowest rated defensive player. That's really interesting. I don't know what they see that I don't see. But maybe Madden can get a little rebrand that. 89, can you believe it? This is fine. Harris Smith 94 compared to, okay, he's the best safety in the league. Or yeah, tied in the conversation. I think that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. The first actual good ranking that they have here. I'm just showing you guys this to give you make a point. Sendejo, that's about fair. Maybe a little higher, but get a little homer buff. 75. I don't know. One thing I'm gonna do real quick, so it's not messed up, is go settings. I think this would have to be in CPU, but I have to do it for both. And I'm gonna give field goal kicking power a big old buff. Maybe tear that baby down a bit, but kickoff power is the same thing. We're gonna make this actually realistic, so we're gonna call this real is tick. There we go. So I'm assuming it'll just be CPU, so player skills shouldn't be a thing I'd have to change. So we're gonna go over here. Oh yeah, by the way, I should be getting I'm asking for a mic for Christmas, so hopefully the actual I can do some more things with the actual audio during the videos. I think this mic's fine for the streams, but a nice good mic I think that'd help the quality a bit. Alright, I keep clicking on the wrong thing. So I showed you that so I could show you why we don't use the awful Madden rosters. We use the right roster. What's up, Sammy? How you doing? Do I remember you? It sounds like I should. I think your name sounds familiar. Alright. Okay, maybe I gave Harrison Smith a little bit too much love. Alright, Adam Thielen 92. I think I need to give Rhodes more of a buff. 92 is not good enough for him. He should be like 95, 96. Last game probably like a 75. That's whatever. What's up, Cody? From 2 streams ago? Alright, that makes sense. I think we can give him a little more awareness. He's been a really good tackler this year. I don't know what this game's talking about. Breaks on plays very well. Alright, there we go. And 95, we'll dig that. So why did they drop Bradford 4 for being hurt? I don't understand that. But they gave Keenum a buff, so I'll give Keenum a buff as well. So we'll try to make him an 80. I'm gonna give him some crazy high elusiveness. I think. How do you guys like this comparison? I think Case Keenum's really turning into a poor man's Russell Wilson. How is his? Look at this. His elusiveness is 20. For those that don't know, that's what they give the fattest people on the field. Okay. Apparently Madden definitely isn't Vikings fans. And probably not even NFC North fans. Probably haven't even seen a game of football in their lives. Holy cow. And we'll give him some more deep throw accuracy. And some throw on the run. Trey Waynes is a beast at catching traffic. I'm sure. He's been playing so much better. Gotta give him some respect. And his play action game's been pretty solid too. There. And I see still not as good as his actual Madden level. I'm not gonna really worry about giving him a buff. Even though it's 84 and 82 on the real one. 20? I know, right? Absolutely abysmal. He's the reason he's only been sacked like 2 times during our winning streak. All right. Old Latavius. He he really doesn't break much tackles, but he does seem to find holes well, so I'll give him some ball carrying vision up. McKinnon's toughness. Let's check this baby out. Whoops. It's over here. Toughness 87. That's fine. Give old Jet some more elusiveness. What's up, Vikes? How you doing? All right. See, I think I made brief 85. We've been going through how awful the updated Madden overall ranking is, and it was abysmal. Reef was a 78. Remmers was an 82. I must have dropped him down one. I'm gonna give Elfline more of a buff because I think the kid's doing really good. I think he deserves it. His ability to set up screens. I don't really know if he pushes the line back a whole lot, but he's been looking really good. Looks like he knows what he's supposed to be doing too. I'm gonna give him a nice big old buff. Doesn't really give up sack. I don't know why he's run blocking so low. The dude's a grinder. All right. I'm pretty sure at the beginning of the year, old Mike Zimmer names a few offensive lineman captains. I'm gonna give Griffin a buff because my God, is he playing way better than he's been his whole career. No shade at him. Like he's always been a really good player, but he's just been playing so much better this year. Mostly on all this stuff right here. Yeah, 95. He's playing like an MVP candidate. That's about where he should be. Holy cow, why is he a 69? That's funny. Lol. I'll give him a 69 for the lol. I think that's fair. 84, 88. That's where I have him. I think Wayne should be like an 83, 84 by now too, but I'll just keep him there for the sake of making it fair. Now, if you guys don't know, the Falcons, is there anybody I need to adjust on the Falcons? Give it an old look around right now. And the actual Madden, Matt Ryan is 9 95, but since I gave so many buffs to the Vikings, I'll leave him where he is. Their two running backs are really good. One of the best split back systems in the league. Well, probably the best. I'm a big Mohamed Sanu fan, by the way. One of his touchdown celebrations is a Dragon Ball Z reference. Really? The Rams been up to the 3 spot? Oh. I know on the NFL one we got into the 3rd spot. I don't know, did the Steelers lose? Because I was fine with us being 4th behind the Steelers. Because, well, they beat us, so. They gave Hooper a bit of a buff. Old Julio Jonas. And just looking at their updated Madden roster, they're a very solid roster all the way around. I know they're underperforming a bit, but they're still a team that should still make it in the playoffs. They're in a very tough division, though. So they'll really have to battle with the Saints to get that wild card spot. I'm thinking of the right division, right? Sometimes I'm a little bit stupid. Okay, so, oh yes, yeah. The Steelers almost lost to the Packers. All right, so that'll do it to you. When you list the god-awful Packers without A-Rod, that deserves it. Favorite team. This is a really fun thing. I don't think I'll have time to do it this stream because I got stuff that I got to get done. Damn school. But that's a fun thing to play. The announcer's always really good for those. But here we go. Now, is there options for their stadium? Oh no, that's in the next screen. All right. Anybody care what the jerseys we wear? I don't think we do. Nobody cares. Our team overall is 78. It makes no sense. I have no idea what their algorithm is, but man, is that messed up. All right, 15-minute quarters. Make this as low as possible. Get this baby going. And we play at noon, I believe. And let's say it's an open stadium. It's Atlanta, Georgia. It'll be nice out. See, let's keep the wind inside. Say a prayer for Rhodes this week. Isn't Julio Jones on your fantasy team though, Jacob? So don't you want the Vikings to beat the Falcons like 42-35? Let Julio Jones get another 250-yard game and like 3 touchdowns? But I am really excited for the. I don't know how healthy Rhodes is. I don't know how much of his bad play last week was due to his injury. But I am really. You're out in that league? Alright. Yeah, that's the thing with power rankings, because like every different network has their own, and they're almost all stupid. And the only common thread throughout all power rankings is they're all completely useless, because it's just one guy saying, well, this team's better than this team, and that's which is better than this team, like, because this. So it's just 100% opinionated of what team is better, and everyone can make their own personal power rankings. Those are the quote-unquote experts, because they have a decent grasp of the entire league. Well, they obviously don't. The NFL guys are usually pretty good, though. And Jade OC bringing you the Madden for Vikings first. Falcons game simulation. This could really be a battle of who's got the best new stadium. I'll be a homer and say the Vikings do, but I wouldn't mind going to a Falcons game. First off, spend like the week in Georgia. Wouldn't mind that. All you Minnesotans out there, right? The weather is super nice right now for no reason. It's like 60 degrees. But if it would be like 30 degrees like it usually would be at this time, and take a day, get some 80s weather in Georgia, then get their cheap stadium food and like it.
It's becoming more and more of a highlighted position. Some of these guys can flex out like wide receivers. A lot of them can come inside, block as well as catch passes. He's exactly right. Tight ends. That's a position we'll continue to follow as this game unfolds.
Oh, really? So the stadium looks bad, but they just have good food prices? Because I always thought the thing was it was supposed to be like a really good competition for us. But the Falcons start with the ball, and despite me changing the sliders, we still can't kick the ball into the end zone. Let's see if those sliders will be actually useful.
So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by the reigning MVP of the National Football League in his 10th
Besides Lambeau, what's so cool about Lambeau? Just like the history?
Been fortunate enough to watch Matt Ryan play ever since he entered the NFL, and even dating back to college, and always had the reputation as a gym rat, a guy who would study film morning, noon, and night. But I saw his athleticism get expanded in 2016. Able to use
I think the story of this game will definitely just be the Julio versus Xavier matchup. That should be really fun.
He did that quite well.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae.
The power of the Vikings D-line. Straight out of Michigan, Ben Gedeon. Knife in there. Or a tackle for loss.
First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive line.
Yeah, because Lambeau doesn't really care about football, so I guess like the whole like,
set the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired.
you know, like the sports bars and stuff around there. That'd be a fun area. Like if they would host a Super Bowl there, which would be god awful because it'd be like 20 degrees. And the Vikings blitz. Ryan gets it off wide open as Gabriel, and a big hit by the hitman. Knocks it out. Brings up a third and very long.
All right, let's look at the offense. Devontae Freeman. This is a guy that you wanted to talk about, so take it away.
Brandon, have you seen a running back play with such joy as well as such fury? I love the way he runs the football and attacks defenses.
Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12.
So for those that didn't see the big play, and it's Gedeon with the sack, and that forces the Falcons 3 and out. What I was saying, for those that didn't see big play Slay jump off sides, who was extremely, who, who was, as YouTube would like me to say, crapping themselves at the sight of the blocked field goal at the end of the game. Yeah, the U.S. Bank Stadium's a freaking gem. They might as well just have the Super Bowl there for the next 10 years, because that's what the Vikings will be playing it in the next 10 years. And there it is. Sherrills has some room in front of him, makes the first guy miss and tackled close to the 35-yard line. They'll spot it at the 34. Yeah, big play Slay coming through for us. Like for me, I was like, oh, whatever. we still have time. There's like a minute left. We have some time out. But yeah, my God, that was scary. Like, of course, that's what happened.
A second pass rush the other direction.
See, I'm just happy that the god-awful Helen Keller refs actually saw that.
Case Keenum's playing awfully well, so for those who are asking about Teddy Bridgewater, right now Case Keenum's the quarterback and gaining a firmer grip on the position.
And the run to the left side, and it's Murray running forward for a nice gain of 4 yards. Yeah, a lot of people are saying Murray was only good with the Raiders because of their offensive line. Guess what? He's pretty good. I mean, you could just say the Vikings offensive line this year, as at least as far as run blocking, is as good as the Raiders offensive line if you really want to be that guy. But I think most people would say the Raiders offensive line is better, which clearly just means Murray's just a good running back. Maybe his ankle injury was really slowing him down earlier in the year, or just lack of not knowing how to use them or whatever. But this time doesn't get a whole lot, just a yard or two. Brings up a third and very short. Now these situations, these third downs, used to mean we're about to punt, but now it's like, all right, where is Thielen going to catch his third down pass at?
Enough to get past them and guards in the pass game. That's exactly why Atlanta went to get him.
You know, with those refs though, I was about 90% sure it was gonna be something stupid against the Vikings. They probably thought we were taunting. Now a play action, we get the blitz and we throw it, and it's David Morgan hailing in the first Case Keenum pass for 15 yards, and more importantly, another Minnesota Vikings first down.
It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
The receivers on the field, and back to Murray. He had another nice gain up the middle for about 6-7 yards. Well, let's give him 4 progress, give him 8.
If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell he's got a little burst.
See, I would be like that too, Jekyll. I'd be such a homer, and that's like what I was in Madden Mobile, or even the thing in MUT in Madden Ultimate Team. That's what it's called. And just got all Vikings, mostly because I like them more. And then we're running into the left side. It's Murray again. We're running all day with Murray. And the Falcons are kind of liking us. Over 5 yards of carry to start off the game. Very nice. Very nice. Maybe this is all about the elf line buff.
Adrian Peterson, but Latavius Murray's a really good back. Similar running styles too. Won't wear the same number, we know that. But when you see him run, you might see a little bit of that in him. Upright with some power.
So they pick up the first down.
So you really hoping that Treadwell plays more than just when we run the ball? Think he might actually throw a pass or two to Treadwell? And running in with Murray. there was a whole setup. If he makes that one guy miss, he was gone. But he makes a nice sure tackle. And that's one thing when I was looking at the overalls for the Falcons. They have a really good, talented. Their whole team is fairly talented, right? Especially at least according to Madden overalls. But their linebacker core is full of athletic linebackers, very reminiscent of the Vikings. Weird formation there. They run into McKinnon this time, and McKinnon will pick up the first down, running straight through this Falcons defense.
At the 20-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only the controlling things right at the line of scrimmage.
I would think the field being half split would really bug me if I was a player. Like if you're a wide receiver and you're running her out that starts in the shade, then if you get into the sun and that's right where the ball is, I think it'd be a lot harder to catch it. 2 tight ends on the bottom of the screen, and they run again, a big hole, and McKinnon gets wrapped up and tackled after another gain of 7. The Vikings run offense. That's really spectacular to start out this game. About 40 rushing yards to start out this drive.
Guys picked up all their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards.
And for the fans there, that kind of sucked for them too. I don't know if the sun is all the way through to the stands, but if you get the ticket and you end up being in the shade, they'd be so pissed because you'd be cold the whole game. If you're in the sun, it's probably okay. Run and get to the left side, and finally the Falcons make a stop to force the Vikings to have to throw on a 3rd and medium. They're already in field goal range. But with our special teams unit, I'm not sure we want to trust our field goal line to not get a field goal block.
In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
They allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss.
And now he has a drag route underneath it. Diggs goes forward for first down. Very reminiscent. He had a little extra move this time. Very reminiscent of that Diggs underneath route late in the game where he just pushed the ball forward for the first down. A very, very clutch, smart heads-up play by Diggs. And man, is that disgusting. Teams are now having to double cover Thielen if they really want to stop the Vikings on 3rd down, which leaves Diggs in weak coverage. You get things like that happen. I'm not saying that's what's happening in Madden right now, because Madden's an awful experience of a game. But look at 8 rushes, two passes, and with one of the best pass offenses in the entire league. And they'll pass again, and there goes Keenum into the end zone. Touchdown, Case Keenum. There you go, boys. Just that easy.
And the Vikings have taken a first quarter lead. Kai Forbath on for the extra point.
And halfway through the first quarter, the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. A little over halfway, but you guys will forgive me.
So that one a long 11-play drive. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run.
Now, I know Jacob, doesn't Mankato gets done with their semester early in December? So he should be getting done soon, right? Like the 2nd week or so in December you guys are done? So I know you guys start like 2 weeks before me, maybe 3. It's pretty crazy. I think that's just all state schools do. State universities. On this Thursday, God, I'm sick. You got a lot of finals this week then? I would not feel too bad if you had to leave to get to study.
Take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Oh, that kind of sucks. I hope you don't live too far away. But at least you get to go home for a week. The final week always kind of sucks about that, because if you just have that one class that has that late final, it just sucks.
Nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I
Man.
guys,
Yeah, I don't get to go home till the 20th.
at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So
Man, I already checked out.
and not let them affect you in a negative way.
The week before the Thanksgiving break. Nuh-uh. Can't do any more homework. Get out of here. Alright. The Falcons come back in an I formation, tight end on the top of the screen with Julio, and a 5-step drop for Matt Ryan, and then he gets collapsed, sacked to Neil Hunter, and on it with him, Linval Joseph.
Able to drop him for a loss of 4. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your
Yo, it's so hard to not check out that early, man.
And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw,
Like, you just have a 2-day week on Thanksgiving break, right? I got to leave that Wednesday because we still had class, which was stupid. But I left Wednesday around 3, right? That whole week beforehand, no way, no way. You're gonna convince me to do my work? I just want to go home, get out of here. I'm not in this communist school that hates America. So, and there goes the first catch of Julio. Julio wins the first matchup. A 16-yard pass on Xavier Rhodes.
It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Yeah, that would be great though. I'm not gonna lie, the Falcons are my second favorite team. I was actually born in Georgia, so sucked a little bit when they lost in the Super Bowl. I don't care that much. Second favorite team is not like it's close to the Vikings. It's just like if the Vikings suck, I can pay attention a little bit to what the Falcons will do, but never pay attention that much.
They don't change them up and do their own freelance stuff and put their quarterbacks in bad situations.
Yeah, this is a fun matchup. I really like it. I think we match up well against them. And now a play action, throws it deep down the middle. It's Julio again. Back-to-back throws to Julio. If it turns into this where they start going straight to their money man, Julio Jonas, it's going to be a hard time for the Vikings. But yeah, back-to-back road games against playoff teams. I'm not sure how sold I am on the Panthers, but I think the Falcons still have a really great team. It just depends whether or not their coaches are going to be so bad. If they have the coaching staff to do anything. But still a very solid team. Now 4 wide. See if they run out of here. No, they don't. It's another play action. He has all the time in the world. He steps into it, throws it deep, and it looks like pass interference on Trey Waynes. They'll get the ball within the 5-yard line.
Let's check in with our referee.
Been a long time since we heard that. Pass interference on Trey Waynes. At least a legit one. That one, Wayne's wrapped up and tackled him. They have the ball at the 4-yard line.
But contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
And now run it with Freeman and a big hit by 73 overall Eric Kendricks as he sticks his leg a few times through his legs.
And a look at the Vikings defensive unit.
Harrison Smith's play has been so good in the NFL that he demands the respect of everyone. And I remember a couple of years ago when we talked about the top safeties, his name didn't come up in the first group. It does now. I remember doing a game a couple of years ago where the Rams were trying a lot of razzle-dazzle stuff. And Mike Zimmer, his head coach, pretty much said, sick him to Harrison Smith, and he ended that in a hurry. He can play close to the line of scrimmage, can also cover deep.
I think Zimmer's use of Harrison Smith has been spectacular. There goes the Vikings D-line. So the use of Harrison Smith, Zimmer hasn't been putting Smith in situations where the other teams can get man-to-man coverage on Harrison Smith and expose his lackluster man coverage skills. He's been playing him very well as pretty much an extra linebacker in the box or in its zone coverage where he excels at. Not that you don't get a shifty wide receiver on Harrison Smith where they can really take advantage of it. Very rarely do we see that. 3rd and goal will be a big stand here. So no going in motion, and Ryan taking his 3-step drop, And throws it in the flat and incomplete. Or caught but out of bounds. At the 1.
4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
I think the training and practice broke down on that play because he simply didn't run the route.
So is it as far as running back groups? Falcons had the best 1-2 punch, and then Vikings number 2.
Down 101. You got to go to the marker, know where it is.
You guys think that's fair? I don't know many other teams. I know the Saints all of a sudden have a really good number 2 punch too. So you make the case that they'd be in that group discussion as well. Because their rookie is really good. And Mark Ingram is actually useful for the Saints.
So dependable and clutch.
And he's been valuable in this league for a while. Hard to believe he's been around since 2002.
I would also like to get an Elgato during the Christmas time, so I can stream it to my laptop, and then I could do a face cam for the streams, so that make it a little more interesting for you guys, and kick his up and see what the McKinnon can do here, or Cheryl's. We'll take it.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard.
Yeah, isn't that weird to say? Isn't that so weird to say? The Saints have a better running game than the Vikings. No way we'd say that in the last 10 years.
On the active roster, and he's supposed to be the starter for Minnesota. And his first week back,
it's not like we're actually maybe last year we could say that everybody had a better rushing game than the Vikings, but
he said point blank, at some point Teddy Bridgewater will be our starting quarterback. Then Case Keenum went off at Washington through 4 touchdown passes. I had him the very next week. I said, Zim, so when is Teddy Bridgewater going to be your quarterback? He said, things can change, you know. Big smile on his face. He said,
and there goes Murray. Squares forward for a couple yards. Good penetration by the Falcons.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And right now, it ain't broke. So Case Keenum's going to be the QB for a while. Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
And running again with Murray, and maybe throw the ball here. Maybe it's time to throw the ball. 3rd and 11 now. And this is a very well-rounded Falcons team, not just on the defensive side of the ball, but also on the offense. Their defense doesn't really have a bad piece in it. Everybody, even if they aren't football player great, have a ton of a great skill set. So it'll be a fun matchup overall. I think this is a very good matchup skill-wise. Piece for piece, very even. But Thielen in the slot looks like a good position to get Thielen deep. You got a good matchup, and he'll throw it, and almost picked it off. Undercut that out route on Rudy, and almost could have been a pick 6. But Rudy knocked it away, and we'll bring up a punt for Quigley. Almost said Jeff Locke there.
It won't be exact because the defense will make a few adjustments themselves. Just get back to your game plan.
And Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away.
Look at that beauty. Flips the field.
The 23-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none.
Yeah, whenever we don't do something, I always have to wonder if it's just a game plan thing. Maybe the Lions play more deep, or that's what they really excel at, breaking up. I don't know the metrics, but since we're such a good deep passing team, you'd like to see it, even if it's like the best defense against every now and again, right? Throws it and incomplete. That was a nice play by. They zoomed on Harrison Smith. I thought it was Trey Wayne. I'll take it. Whoever played good will take it. Yeah, Trey Wayne. So I know what I'm talking about. Look at that old Trey Wayne is in, huh? Or is that just a straight up drop by Sanu? Now Wayne's got his hand over it, knocked it out. There we go.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down.
Trying to say that Rhodes was exposed. I know Jones had a ton of yards against him. Well, I hope that's not a new thing. And the Vikings blitz Rhodes, and it's a big sack. It's Linval. Vikings sent the linebackers and freed up the big man, untouched to the quarterback, and that's not a guy that you want to fall on your superstar quarterback. Big old 320-pound plus Linval Joseph. Falling Matty Ice.
I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Yeah, this will definitely be a game to see what Rhodes, how well Rhodes is. If Rhodes is out this game, maybe his injury flares up a little too much. How do we go about covering Julio Jones? Do you just think Trey Waynes and Sendejo? Trey Waynes takes the underneath stuff, let Sendejo just bang him if they just throw it deep. At least slow him up a little bit.
The NFL
I think we almost for sure double him regardless, because shut out Julio Jones, you beat the Falcons. That's pretty clear, right? Or I think the real strategy here is to give the Falcons a 28 point lead at halftime. We get that field goal. GG, we win. Yeah. Another 28-3 lead blown by the Falcons.
And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on second down.
Four receivers on the Falcons. And a little step drop, they'll throw underneath to Coleman. Nice catch, pick up 6 yards.
6 on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Matt Bosher now, standing right on his own 5-yard line.
And that's the 3 and out. Should be a nice return here by Shields. He had some room in front of him to make a guy miss, and good coverage by the Falcons. Tears him down. The Vikings hit the ball to the 31-yard line. See what our offense can do now. We started the game off running the ball very well. After the Falcons started stopping our running game, Keenum has been held in check without being able to throw the ball at all.
Which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is
really? They were 7-4 this year as well? Interesting stat. See, if I was a Falcons fan, I wouldn't feel too worried. Realistically, what, you need to go 500 at this point? You need 3 wins, right? 10-6 should get you there. And once you're in the tournament, you know, who knows what you can do. So still one of the best running teams in the NFL, and they only run again for a few yards on first down.
A gain of 3, second down.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Second and a short 7 yards, 2 receivers on the field. And run the ball again with Murray. Here's a big hole. With a nice open field tackle by the safety, limit the gain to only 8 yards.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping.
Look at that big hole. What was that, Berger pulling him down the line? That was crazy.
A whole lot of credit and thanking him for that much space to rumble.
Might have hold on to the ball there. That was a big hit of the Zorb. Alright, let's make the chat fun, huh? What's your favorite holiday treat that your family makes? Well, my mom makes all kinds of pie. I gotta bring 3 pies home. That's an underneath throw. Rudolph close to the first down.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Give him 9 there on the
my mom made a total of like 18 pies. It was pretty crazy. She made pumpkin, apple, cherry, mixed berry. That was a good time. All kinds of good times.
Really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up
Oh, yeah, and she also made a blueberry.
That's fun, isn't it?
And I didn't even get to try it. That's how bad it was. I really wish I could have.
Nice second down for
It
him.
was sad I couldn't. My girlfriend, I think, is going to steal it all this week. 3 tight ends on the field to throw underneath. It's Drake Bell of Nickelodeon catching that one. He found a way. He found a way.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big wide body of his.
That
Didn't
big
get a whole lot
wide
yardage
body
on
of
the play, but
his.
it did what it was supposed to.
Oh, that's what I like to hear, big boy. More turnovers. I know his name is Blake Bell. I don't care. He'll always be Drake Bell to me. I don't care. That'd be nice if our defense gets more turnovers. The only thing is, we get so many 3 and outs as they'll run again here. Our pulling guards can't really get there, but Murray breaks a tackle. Now he fumbles. And Beasley down the sideline. Nobody near him. He's going to go all the way. Beasley, 20-10, touchdown Falcons. A fumble by Latavius Murray. A forced play. The Falcons kept him on his feet. The refs never blew the play dead. And they stripped the ball out. Murray has to bite that one. Fighting for extra yards cost him there. And the Falcons set him up, stripped the ball out. And then nobody around him was Vic Beasley down the sideline. Nobody got close to him. Look at that. He breaks the first tackle. And all he comes down. Let's see if they roll him down by contact. So let's see what this review says. And like I was saying, we would get more turnovers if our defense let teams on the field more. Since we are winning the time of possession by so much, it's just you just don't get that many turnovers. I know that's not like a good excuse really, but that's a clear reason, right?
So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
Yeah, Jacob, do you not know that famous Nickelodeon show with Josh Peck and Blake Bell? It's classic. And their little sister, David Morgan. if you didn't know Drake and Josh, I'd feel worried.
You bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return.
That's a goat of Nickelodeon shows. And there goes Cheryl's. It's the ball to 30. See what the offense can do here.
Pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
You still listen to Drake Bell's music? You better. Yeah, you mean like the classic, like
Now the Minnesota
Makes Me Happy, or like his weird stuff? Cause I've seen him now. Apparently he's on like a whole egg diet, like freaking Rocky. He looks like freaking anorexic. I know he had like the he did like a rock thing. Not parody, but he did it his own way of old classic rock songs. and I know it's always better when you know, and I know. And there's a bad play by Keenum, throws it behind the line. David Morgan tackled immediately. Find out you've been lying, cheating.
You file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do. Don't you accept on the stats? Throwing the ball.
Oh man, of course I'm a world-class singer, but if I sing it too good, YouTube would flag me for copyright. All right, 3 tight wide receivers on the field. It looks like McKinnon in the backfield, and the run, actually it's Murray, my god, I'm stupid. And he runs, and look at that. Play by the Falcons defense, walled him off, and couldn't even do anything.
possession here.
Yeah, I was thinking about playing it through my phone, but then I remembered that YouTube hates having fun, so I decided against it. I was gonna play it through the mic and do it for the stream, but
They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far.
if it was on Twitch, I could do it, but it's all right. Now he has time on his 39. They have a guy with a spy on him, and he's going to throw a run, and he gets around him. Keenum somehow got around him with his 20 elusiveness and gets the first down. That's a really great play by Keenum. Kind of like what you do in real life. Unfortunately, Madden gives him a 20 elusiveness rating because they're full of Helen Keller dipshits. All right. Look at that. He didn't even dive, just kind of like let him go. But Jacob, that was one of the first CDs I ever wanted as a kid. And play action here. Keenum has all the time in the world. He's wide open. It is David Morgan. A nice catch. I wonder if there's an injury for Rudolph or why Morgan was the primary tight end on that one. We'll take it. I like David Morgan. He really helps our team out.
Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
I don't know. I don't know why you're the only one, Jacob. Sometimes you have to be like Adrian Peterson in 2009 and carry the whole stream on your back, you know. They're probably just so captivated by my Paul Allen-esque commentary that they just don't know what to do. How could I comment when every absolute word is sticking on me? And a big hit by Murray. Holy cow. He absorbs that one still. Updating his fantasy team. See, they have reasons.
So they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Wasn't able to get anything, no gain. Fumbled once already. Maybe he's being a little careful. Not necessarily on that play, but I'm sure that's in his mind somewhere.
Oh, without a doubt, because protecting the football is job one for anyone who's
all right, 3 receivers, a bunch in the top of the screen, Thielen on the bottom, and Keenum on a 3-step drop. He has a guy underneath if he wants me. He throws off his back foot to Rudy, much like his touchdown against the Lions. This one just short of the end zone. Vikings ball on the 2-yard line.
Just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Maybe he has some basketball in his background with the footwork. Announcers want to be actually useful. See what we do at the 2 here. Our red zone offensive play calling. My goodness, so much better than what it has been for the last like 10 years. And run at Murray. That's like what it has been in 10 years, but it's been working lately. Touchdown, L Train. Choo-choo. Man, touchdowns are always so awkward. They cross the line, it's instant celebration. The defense backs off immediately. It's always kind of funny to see. It looks so awkward. Yeah, that was a really good throw. Like, most of the time when Keenum makes those big throws, it was like a wobbly pass and the guy just happens to be wide open. But that was good coverage and just dropped it in there. That was a really good throw. Great touch. Like, perfect. Like, that was beautiful.
So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays, and it culminates with a
it's kind of sad because that was the type of throw that Bradford made like all the time last year. But he had to because the offensive line was so god awful. And again, that's why I really like the Russell Wilson comparison, because that's what Russell Wilson has to deal with a lot of the time too. But his offensive line is god awful. He takes a lot of big hits right after he throws. Yeah, total Bradford play, right?
Out to kick this one away.
Except that my boy Keenum has 2 good knees.
This is fielded a couple yards deep.
I bet every day Bradford goes to practice, looks at Case Keenum, looks at his knees, sticks his finger out, goes, "What are those?" I don't think Bradford has ever seen 2 working knees like that, you know?
Wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good.
So what are you guys thinking for like score prediction for this one? Like overall, do you think it'll be a shootout kind of? Because 2 very good offenses. The Falcons, their whole team stats, very balanced. Look at Gideon bounce in there.
That one up back at the 16-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
What's up, Strax? Haven't seen you before. Welcome. Yeah, Jacob, I'm on that train too. Another guy that's doing a Vikings podcast, Viking Spin.
Second quarter, it has been a struggle.
He is super on the Case Keenum bandwagon, and I think it's absolutely short-minded to think that. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, you should be starting Bradford immediately. I'm on team with whoever the coaches decide, right? That's 5 rushes, -7 yards. Holy cow!
And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
But
especially not a center or a guard if you got to deal with these massive.
Keenum's been a backup his whole career for a reason. He's not that great.
But they can beat you with quickness and guile as well. They can get upfield and make plays. And
If you just see what Keenum does in mediocre type offenses like the Rams, and it's like top 25 quarterback. And I think he's good enough to be a low-level starter. That's why I thought it was a really good pickup for a backup and 3rd stringer at that. But
one hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling.
Keenum has his ups. Like Keenum's thing is he's probably the most elusive pocket quarterback we have on the roster. Scrambling wise, Teddy's still a little bit better, but he's still really good at that. He's quick, right? And he's usually smart when he runs. I don't think he's ever fumbled, so he's fairly smart with the football. He's a bit of a gunslinger. He'll make a few dumb plays, but overall he'll be pretty smart about it, right? He's been very good at throwing it deep and getting those deep ball connections. We have no idea how good Teddy is going to be at those deep balls, which is a big key to our offense. That was the thing he struggled on his first 2 years, but he looked really good at that. It looked like he improved a lot during that preseason before he got hurt. So I don't know if Teddy's looking like perfect in practice. It's hard for Zimmer to go with Teddy because your practice doesn't always translate to the games, but it's got to be kind of like what the fans think. It's just intriguing to want to know what is going on with Teddy. And it's Keenum. What was that? Was that the worst pass you could possibly do in your life? What?
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
What?
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack, but that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just
he throws it on the run. Looks like he's actually throwing it hard. About 2 inches, 2 digs. He runs backwards another 5 yards, a -5 yard pass. The Keenum signing got hate. I don't understand that at all. I don't understand how a former starting quarterback getting signed as a backup would get hate. I don't know if it's just everybody wants to see what a rookie would do, or in our case, what's his face? The quarterback that won the 4th or the 3rd preseason game for us. Heineke, that's his name, Taylor Heineke. And Strax, interceptions. Was it the Redskins game that weren't tipped against the Redskins? Probably. I think so. I think you're right. The only thing about those picks is that they were god-awful interceptions that should never happen. But yeah, I think you're about right. Keenan steps into that one, throws underneath to McKinnon, and that won't be close enough for a first down. But it'll bring us to a 2-minute warning with all 3 timeouts. This is a very dangerous situation to be with the Falcons. The Vikings did start on defense, I believe, so they should get the ball back at the beginning of the second half.
In just 2 minutes' time, don't forget we'll get you to Orlando for our halftime report.
Sign the failure?
Who else but Larry Ridley?
Now that man knows his football. Go get him, Larry.
It's not like we were signing Ryan Lee.
On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first.
Or that awful first round quarterback the Broncos had.
And no return here. Where will they
that was an awful punt.
Just outside the 20-yard line. And back onto the field now comes Devontae Freeman. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well?
Like, honestly, aren't Heineke and Keenum very similar quarterbacks, except Keenum is like better in every single way? They're both elusive quarterbacks. They're kind of like gunslingers, very similar, like that. Not fast enough to be like RG3, but decent speed, close to like Teddy speed. Not very accurate all the time, but have a decent arm strength. The Vikings blitz on first down. They throw underneath to Sanu, and on man coverage on Sendejo. That's a big matchup for him. 15 yards on first down, right the first down. Going no huddle, not going to burn much time up at all here. And now he has time. The Vikings blitz again. It looks like the exact same play. Now he tackles Sanu for a short gain.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
And the Vikings blitz again. Looks like the exact same blitz. And now the underneath pass by Sanu. Not a very complex play calling system here. Both teams sticking with very similar plays out of this no huddle team. Now a play action. The Vikings do the exact same blitz. And now McKenzie almost got a pick. Very interesting turn of events there. I think the Vikings did the exact same blitz 4 times in a row, or at least very similar. So that time we had McKenzie on Sanu, so I think it probably was a little bit different. But I'm almost for sure the first 3 times the exact same thing. And they're all 3 passes to Sanu. Now 3 wide receivers on the bottom of the screen, 1 in the slot, or close to the line of scrimmage on the top. And the Vikings only blitz 4. Another underneath pass. This one's to Austin Hooper for a short gain. Now the clock's starting to tick. Down to a minute left. Nearing field goal range. About 15-20 yards if this is Madden. And the Vikings blitz 4. And they almost got to a big hit. And not will be a first down. This should give the Vikings the ball back. And I don't know why they aren't calling a field goal here to give them some self-time. Madden Coach AI is absolutely the R word because YouTube will demonetize if I say anything too mean.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he? He really does.
Yeah, coaches are god awful at time management in Madden. Their AI is pathetic. So the Vikings, instead of having time, about a minute left, 3 timeouts. That's plenty of time with how good our offense is. We'll have no time at all, as we'll get the ball and probably to take a knee or run once, whatever, and that will be the halftime. So I might as well call it now. 14-10 halftime, Minnesota. And since I asked you guys for your score predictions, I'll give you mine. I like where Jake was going with it. I think it should be a close game. It's at home, so I think it'll be even closer. Or home for the Falcons, right? So I think, how about 24-21 Vikings? Let's have our first really close game in a while. And there goes Murray. And look at that, a nice run on first down. Would have maybe convinced them to go for it. But instead, they have no time whatsoever. So we're going to halftime. It's going to be 14-10. Who could have absolutely predicted that? You'd have to be an absolute genius. Probably have to watch Rick and Morty every single day to be that level of genius to know that they would not have time to do any other plays after that. Unbelievable.
We'll just keep trying to play hard and maintain the lead going forward. Here we go. Let's do this. Here's your first half highlights. Vikings have it midway through the first. Keenum's looking for room to run, and he capped off the long drive with the TD. The Vikings up by a touchdown.
The Viking defense has really shut out the Falcons offense, though. Just that fumble return.
Midway through the second quarter, Keenum's got the completion here, and he'll eventually be brought down, but not before getting to the 2-yard line. Later on the drive, Murray's going to look for a gap, and he capped off the long drive with a touchdown. The lead grows to 4.
That's my kind of thing with Keenum, though. Like, in preseason, he looked bad. I don't say he looked bad. I think he looked about on par with Heineke. And he could really make that. We could just say, well, yeah, look at the talent around him. I mean, he doesn't have Thielen and Diggs and all those. He's not going to look that great. I think that's been the consistent throughout his career. Yeah, if you have 2 Pro Bowl wide receivers, a Pro Bowl tight end, should be a Pro Bowl left tackle, you're going to look pretty damn good. I don't know why people just can't see these variables. I'm not hating on Keenum. Whenever a third-string quarterback is putting up borderline MVP numbers for how limited his playing time has been, according to some of the other starters. That was a nice run there by Rodney Adams, a guy I'd like to see a lot more of.
The Vikings, they'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what?
I think that's really about your thing with Shermer, Jacob. I think you have to think about how much, just like the whole team, not even just the players, but how the whole team loves Mike Zimmer. So I'm sure Shermer could find a home somewhere else if he wanted to. But I think he likes it in Minnesota, as far as I can tell. I know money talks at the end of the day. If it's an economic thing and he's like, I could double my contract, but if I could be the head coach of the Browns, I'd try to take it. Or maybe he kind of realizes he's not a very good head coach, but a pretty damn good offensive coordinator, so he'll just stick with Minnesota. We'll win 3 of the next 4 Super Bowls and call it a day. And oh, he had him. He had it. The seam. That was Treadwell. Isn't that been the theme of Laquan Treadwell this year? Not necessarily he hasn't been great or hasn't been good, but when he is open, he's the one guy Keenum seems to always miss. Whether he doesn't see he's open or he overthrows him. Almost every single time. And a screen to the right side. Keenum doesn't throw it fast enough, and it's a sack by Poe. And the Vikings will go 3 and out on their opening drive. Yeah, that probably isn't right for the simulation, but it's whatever. Gets kick returns. I do kind of wish Rodney Adams would take a chance back there, but just have one special team or just one return specialist and make his name your boy Marcus Sherrills. I think that's good too. If we could get Rodney to return punts, maybe. But I like the sure hands of Sherrills. Just hey, catch it, take a knee, we'll take it. We don't want to give any flash changes of possession to the other team. And look at that coverage. Look at that coverage by Mackenzie Alexander. Not being fooled at all. Open field tackle. And the Falcons will start at the 19-yard line. Yeah, it really sucks about Rodney Adams. Was he a 4th round pick, something like that?
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar.
Can't even stay on the active 53. It sucked enough that it just wasn't being activated, because that was like what happened to Diggs his opening year, so like whatever. When you aren't even good enough to make the 53 at demoted to the practice squad, kind of sucks. I think he's really got to be in Zimmer's doghouse. Running to his left side is all the throw. He throws it. Almost intercepted. Rhodes had that one.
Instead, it's second down. Well, hey, let's shift gears for a second. Did you see Dre Kirkpatrick's 100-yard interception return not for a touchdown last week?
It doesn't make sense, does it? I mean, it's a 100-yard field. How does he get 100 yards and not score? What happened?
Picked it off in the end zone, couldn't take it all the way back to the other end zone. By the way, that 100-yard interception without it being a touchdown, longest in NFL history to not score.
But he did eventually score.
And there goes Freeman. Freeman makes a few Vikings miss, and it's a really nice run of first down. After that 20-yard run, your boy Freeman's up to 13 yards on the day.
Altitude got to him. Oh, poor Dre Kirkpatrick. Great return, though.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So after that big play,
it's Diggs day.
Their defense may be on their heels.
You think Trufant shuts down Thielen? And a 5-step drop by Ryan, throws underneath to Sanu, another nice run. They had that underneath route all day.
Across midfield and inside the 45. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And bouncing outside is Freeman, and a nice run defense there, nice pursuit. And who else? Harrison Smith controlling the edge. That could have been a long run. He does get 5 yards out of it, but it could have been a lot more. Had it pretty well blocked up, but then Harrison Smith comes down the sideline and stops it for a medium gain.
Or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And they'll run that back to him. It's Coleman. And there's a nice play by Ben Gedeon.
Stopped up quickly here at the 38. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. The Falcons on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far.
What's up, Dylan? Didn't see it. Ryan needs to needs more carries. I feel like we will get more pick through always pass. There is Julio again. I think Julio has been absolutely dominating Xavier Rhodes thus far. Love Xavier, but he's getting picked apart right now by Julio. Okay, that was a good little zone play. I think Rhodes can't really do much there.
But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Dylan, unblocked is Harrison Smith. There we go. Now that knocked him back to deep field goal range. Very good play call by Zimmer. Dylan, I see what you're talking about. But I think Vikings fans were so pissed over the last 3 years of the 3rd and long halfback draw. And not working, picking up 5 yards and having to punt. So I don't think a lot of Vikings fans would like that idea. But if it works, when we do that every now and again, I'd be okay with it. But it has to work. This is a really weird formation. They ran out of shotgun. I have a 3 tight end set, and I'll throw it to a backup tight end for a short little gain to get some in back into field goal range.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
But how you doing, Dylan?
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take what you can get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on third down.
The Falcons on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is third.
3 receivers on the top of the screen, 1 close to the line of scrimmage on the bottom, and the Vikings blitz 4. Ryan has time, throws it underneath. Who would have guessed? But this time the Vikings don't make the tackle. Brings up a 4th and very short here. See what the Falcons will do.
It'll be a gain of 8, but
A field goal makes it a 1-point game.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you
Hey, thanks, J-Vet.
catch it, and then they can make a big
Which
play.
reminds me,
Run after catch. They did a
I
really good job
have,
of limiting that and keeping it
I
from
still
first
have to
down.
make my Vikings quarterback of the future video. Thanks for the reminder. That was up and
And in his
kick is
first
good.
season, he's able to get this one to go. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14.
Appreciate it though, J-Vet.
A decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3.
I try to make, I really try to,
Yes,
when it's something like that with comparisons, I really try to make it more like, oh, I feel like Teddy should be the starter because I liked what he did, or based off stats, I want to talk about who their players were with, and I even have some simulation data, which can be somewhat useful as well. So it should be fun. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. And I think it's just more fun because it's not just oh, this guy feels this, but this guy feels that. I want to get like, well, according to the data, he should clearly be it, right?
This is taken at his
And there goes Sherrills to the 20 to the 25 to the 30. A nice little run there by Sherrills.
at the 30-yard
The Vikings really want to get a good offensive drive here to extend their lead.
The Vikings
Privilege.
offense now heading out to take over. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with a game this close, you gotta feel there's
Yeah, that's a really hard thing to that because it's so hard not to just love Teddy. So you want to cherry pick all the things to make him so great. Like that's a good for argument, but you have to at least bring up their stats and talk about why that's not as important or whatever.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
So cherry picking without even talking about the stats you didn't take, that's just a bad argument. And Keenum scrambling to the left. He's got some space in front of him, and down the sideline, 15-20. A very nice run there, very close to a 20-yard gain.
Yards on the play.
And unfortunately, I actually put some editing into my videos, so it's actually kind of fun to watch. I think as far as I know, I think I'm the only like actual YouTuber, if that makes sense. I know there's so many podcasts out there that happen to be on YouTube, but I do actual like YouTube videos with editing and try to make it a lot more interesting to visually watch what's going on instead of just my voice. Which I'm not saying those are bad, but just each their own, right? And Murray with a nice run there, back-to-back nice runs.
35-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good
So for any
philosophy at
of
this
you
point.
with
Gotta
any
make that defense
inspirations
stand
of
up
being
and
a
stop 'em.
doing any type of Vikings coverage at all, my word of advice is just do something unique. There's so many just Vikings podcasts out there, so it's just a dude talking or someone talking in front of a picture or whatever. That's been done so many times. So if you aren't clearly better than the rest of the people or do it in such a unique way, I would shy against that and think of something else to do. If you want to do a style like me and think of different topics to do, that's just fine.
Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard.
Can we talk about Keenum's taunting penalty? Yeah, Jacob, that was an obvious penalty. Should be called 10 out of 10 times. Can't believe he would slowly roll the ball at the Lion. How disrespectful. You can only do nice things like roll on the field for 20 yards. Is that Keen? Is that Treadwell? No, you didn't call it out of bounds. He dropped it. Nice throw. I thought Treadwell was in a good position there. I thought he was just out of bounds, but couldn't maintain the catch as he fell to the ground.
Vikings on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9.
And Keenum throws it deep, and Rudy holds on. He was getting buried. Looks like Jim in clear pass interference, but Rudy don't care. Also, for those that are here, you guys might want to prepare yourself for the cheesiest, aka worst, cringiest video on the internet. I will be doing a Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer parody song coming up in a few weeks. I need time. I got all these ideas. I just need some time to do it. With school cranking up some of the stuff for finals and stuff coming up fairly shortly. I got some ideas. There's gonna be a Red Zone, the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer coming up very soon. That should be god awful, but hopefully you guys will have a laugh or two with me.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely, pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And a pitch to Murray, and that one didn't work. No, call forward progress that, I guess. I never had logic. I don't understand that statement. You live in one of the best states in the country, and you like the best football team. That's just a good combination. Yeah, maybe you don't get the Vikings on TV all the time.
The Vikings on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point.
I know you can't watch the TV, but at least you can just get on your... And there's a throw down the middle. It's Adam Thielen. So let's talk about Adam Thielen. If you guys don't know, Adam Thielen had only a $500 scholarship at MSU, a small school in Mankato, Minnesota. He was an undrafted wide receiver, which is spectacular. He's a 6'2" wide receiver with very good speed. He went through the Vikings practice squad all the way through. Now he went to be was a special teamer, and now he's at to 1,000 yards. So there was our daily full Adam Thielen breakdown that you have to do in every single football game.
That drive in total 8 plays, and it's polished off by a Viking score.
They stopped saying that. So it's okay. I'll bring you back. That's your refresher, Jacob. Just in case you forgot. Yeah, believe it or not, I doubt you've seen anything, but Adam Thielen is actually fairly popular in the Mankato area because he, in fact, did go to MSU. Yeah, believe it or not. Not a full scholarship, by the way. Not a full ride. No. The Detroit Lakes wide receiver on the Vikings only had a $500 scholarship to attend Mankato State University, or Minnesota State University Mankato, whatever the hell you feel like calling it. Believe it or not. Anybody missed that? Do I have to do this again? Does anybody need a recap on the Adam Thielen history?
Offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal.
Well, people would be Patriot fans in Florida because it's all damn retired people that must want to at least die happy and like a team that will have a 50% chance of winning every Super Bowl ever for the last 10 years.
Maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see.
And the Vikings blitz, and look at those underneath passes. It's all they're doing.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
That's funny. That's funny. All they do, I have a pair of cleats. I know even when Thielen was on the practice squad or doing special teams, and that wasn't very important to the team. Shields had Thielen jerseys everywhere. Like he was as powerful as like Ponder. I know that's not saying much now, but Ponder was still like the starting quarterback, right? And Thielen jerseys were everywhere. They love them in the mall.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off. Usually after about 3
Did they go to the black jerseys, Gary?
And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football.
I didn't watch the game. Was it the black ones? And the Vikings blitz 4, and then there was this bubble screen to Sanu. He has a nice gain. They'll bring it up a 3rd and short.
At the 46-yard line. 7 yards.
Okay, they were black. Okay.
The pitch and catch. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down.
Even when Thielen was like wide receiver 6, like real talk, I always thought he should have been more playing time back then. And that was a nice play. Julio wide open. I thought the last play was 2nd down. Whatever.
Across midfield and inside the 45. Ryan to Toilolo for the
Oh, dog fight.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
See, I'm not too worried about the Panthers game because we beat them last year. I know that was during our winning streak, but still, if we could beat them last year, I think we should beat them again. And we beat them last year. That was wasn't that the no? Never mind. I thought that was the Sean Hill game, but it wasn't. That was the Titans game. And a nice hold there by Freeman, plows over and Eric Kendricks, who, by the way, the all-knowing EA gods have Eric Kendricks at like a 74. Pick Nugent off 3 times. I like it. I like it.
Now more than ever is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Back now here on EA Sports.
All right, 4th quarter. We got close on 21-13, an 8-point game.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Looks like the Falcons are ready to pound it up now. Play action here. Ryan throw.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Nope, he did not. I need to move my controller down around again so it doesn't auto turn off.
I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player.
Yeah.
No chance at all. Way easier said
Yeah.
than done.
Our special teams lately has been pretty good. All season, our special teams has been very inconsistent. I honestly don't really miss Cordell Patterson, but would be kind of nice to have him be the kick returner again.
It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus
But
far.
I don't mind Cheryl's just catching and taking any. Let's see what the Viking defense can do this year. Let's see if they have the balls to run it. They do not. They're going to pass it short, and it works like a charm. Just over the line, picks up a couple. Good enough for the 1st down.
Give him 3 yards and a fresh
But yeah. Which is weird, because Nugent has one of the strongest arms in the league, but he's just not very smart with it. Yeah, and also the Panthers just don't really have much receiving options for him to really throw to as well. Alright, landing blitz 4. He has the time he wants. He steps up in the pocket. Nobody's getting open. The Vikings defense is doing very good. Now he throws it, and it's Julio. It's a flag on the play. Julio caught it.
Somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
And they'll give him an extra 2 feet on the face mask. Is that Julio Xavier? Julio Jones beating Julio, or beating Xavier almost every single play.
Comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Yeah, it should be a fun next couple of games, though. Should be a fun next couple of games. Little playoff preview for us, right?
In the red zone this time.
I think we have to win these next 2 games to give us a chance to the first seed. Cause I don't think the Falcons. There he goes, touchdown, Falcons. Nice hold by offensive line, plowing through to a touchdown. See if they go for 2 year tied up. Yeah, I believe Jones is a 98. Which I guess makes sense when it's Jones on a Madden 89 Rhodes. I know Rhodes on mine's like a 94 or something. And there they go. The offense stays on the field. They'll be going for 2. He's been really good with the short pass game, so let's see if they do a little underneath play again. Nope, they'll run with it. It's Freeman, and very close, but not good enough. Good play by Barr coming across the line to make that play. What's up, Sammy? Or were we? Oh, you were still on your fantasy football, or is that someone else? Jones might have started the year at 99, but he is definitely a 98 now. Oh, well, it's Kentrell Brothers coming in there. There we go. Old Kentrell. Oh, Kentrell. Oh, someone else. All right. What were you doing? If I... Were you taking some of Jacob's softball girls on a date? Is that what I'm knowing? Oh, you were the one on fantasy. All right. All right. Should known. You just need to ask Morgan. My name recognition is that of a rabbit.
Here's Bosher to kick it away.
There it is. The Vikings really want to get Jordan drive here. At least take some time off the clock, hit some time up. Remember, Adams to, my God, Rodney Adams, get back on the practice squad. I called you up so you can be a kick returner. My God, you're already god awful.
And now out comes Minnesota.
Remember when we signed Rodney Adams, or we drafted Rodney Adams to be the grill passing replacement?
Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Alright, 2 tight ends on the bottom of the screen. Looks like they'll be running on first time. Maybe play action here. A hard play action. No little run behind him. A stretch left side. Murray has a big hole. See if he can make a man. Another fumble! But Murray falls on his own fumble. Oh, this just in. I'm getting my intel. Yes? Yes, alright. From up above, I was informed that Latavius Murray's favorite pre-game meal is a giant bucket of extra buttery popcorn. Not just he gets the Orville Redenbacher extra buttery. He gets that. Then he also takes 3 sticks of butter, puts that in the microwave for a minute, gets it all nice and melted, puts it in a big bowl and drizzles it over the popcorn, stuffs his old hand in there, gets it all kinds of messy. He does not believe in washing your hands before the game. And then he plays. And look at that throw by Case Keenum, my God. Off his back foot. Side arm. Straight into his gut. Throw it right. Case Keenum contracted color blindness on his sack earlier today and threw it to the wrong color for that easy interception. The easiest interception of his life. Getting give Rudolph a chance there. Straight to Deion Jones, the second-year linebacker. Time for Teddy, yes.
And sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position.
They're off limits. Sorry, Jacob. They were taking him out on a long date. Who knows what was going on in there? Ryan on play action throws it. Knocked away. This is going to be a big stand here. The Vikings really need to hold him to a field goal so they can get a field goal to win it. Maybe they can get their interception on their own. Finally, incomplete pass from targeting Julio Jones. You need your boy shut down a linebacker Anthony Barr do it though.
So 2nd and 10 here.
See, I like Jarius Wright quite a bit. I think he is like the perfect backup to Diggs, which is very good when Diggs is the injury-prone guy. There's both small, shifty wide receivers, and Wright just makes those big third down catches. That's all he does, right? Which is really good. But since he is good and would be a wide receiver 3 or 4 for most team, I would be okay with trading him. I've been on team trade Jarius Wright for the longest time. But when you're a playoff team the way we are, and I'm sorry for the stream going out and giving you guys seizures, I'm sorry about that. I don't know why it does that every now and again.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be
I would like to see some other guys, not necessarily have a chat, but maybe if it's not Treadwell, rookies. And there's Julio Jones again, gets it within the 5-yard line. Rhodes can't cover this man. 7 receptions, over 100 yards already on the day. See, I think it's way too early to call Laquan a bust. Look at the 4th year, I believe, wide receiver on the Eagles. That's absolutely tearing it up this year. The man could not catch a ball to save his life.
From the 4-yard line, it's 1st and goal now.
I mean, some guys just need a little bit more time, and you're seeing talent from Treadwell. He's made a big catch. He just hasn't been targeted, and
we do have
a penalty on that one. That looks like a go-ahead touchdown. Okay, he was pushed out of bounds. Guy, I've never seen that penalty. I've never seen that penalty in my life on Madden. But illegal touching. All right. I thought that was just a sexual harassment thing in real life, but illegal touching in football is a thing too. Soon that's what they'll call roughing the passer things. That's what they call it when you roughen the passer on Tom Brady by hitting him. Unnecessary touching.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here.
See, and you also have to keep in mind, why would you even target Laquan Treadwell when you have Thielen, Diggs, and Rudy to throw to? And Freeman strikes forward, touchdown Falcons. Yeah, Jacob, I think Xavier Rhodes is going to file a sexual harassment claim on Julio. Who knows? Maybe he was okay with it. I don't know which way Xavier rolls. I'm not judging. Maybe he was okay with it. Who knows?
Bryant now to tack on the extra point. And the lead is up to 5.
Yeah, see, I also think that our offense just isn't very suited for those big body receivers like Treadwell and Michael Floyd, how they both aren't having a very big year. Because underneath the guys that just excel in it, like Thielen, Diggs, and Jarius Wright do very well. And they have their one big body guy, which comes in handy every now and again, is Kyle Rudolph. So there's not really a role that we really need Treadwell for. and Treadwell has been very good in his role, which has been run blocking. So he's probably our best run blocking wide receiver. Maybe Thielen's better, because Thielen, it's one of the things that people don't really talk about. People talk about his route running and sure-handedness. But my God, he's got to be like a second tight end on the field most of the time.
Here's Bosher to kick it away.
And there goes Rodney Adams. How god-awful will he be this time? Goes to the 20, to the 23, and then tackled right there. Almost back to the 25. I guess I'll let this one slide.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only one score down.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned.
Yeah, exactly what I've been saying, Jacob. Like, Treadwell can get open, but that's the one guy, Keenum, if he does see him, we'll miss him. Like, so many times that we've seen Treadwell open, it just overthrows over his head.
Trying to shake off the interception.
And when he struggled, and there goes Rudy. That's what the Vikings need. They really want a touchdown here. Hey, nice, Sammy. Oh, it's always great to go to those games. Like, me and your boy, Jacob Bastion. What's that? The Rams game.
Completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed.
Vlog on the channel. YouTube.com/JOZ.
They really do, and it reminds me of.
And they say sex sells, so there's a girl in the thumbnail, so it better be getting lots of views from you guys. Watching that baby over and over, just because there happens to be a girl in the thumbnail. And another awful looking throw by Keenum off his back foot to nobody. My God, if he plays like this, I think Teddy would play against the Panthers. Didn't see anything open.
I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
And Keenum taking the starts to drop. He gets hit as he throws. They'll call it an incomplete pass. Could have very well been a fumble.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing.
Yeah, stop trying to pull Favre's. We don't need that. We don't need to lose to the Saints with an awful Favre interception again, Keenum. And now play action, throws it deep. He has his man. It's Diggs down the sideline through the 10, close to the 5-yard line. There goes Stephon Diggs. Finally, a big play reception for the Vikings.
That sets up a 1st and goal. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
Oh, who got me tickets to the here?
Trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball.
I'll link the video in the chat, and it clearly tells you who got me the tickets for the game. And at the very end, if you watch it all the way through, it explains how you could be the lucky recipient of the very next tickets that I get. So you have to watch the whole thing. It's a fun video. I think it's one of my most interesting to watch. So that's just me. Throws it. Touchdown! Vikings! It's Diggs again! He gets the big play on 3rd down. Throw it right back to him. And now the Vikings are going for 2 to make it. That's what I think anyways. Was it a 2-point game? Now also it'd be a 3-point game if we kick the extra PAT. No, it's a 1-point game. Alright, they're going for 2 here to make it a 3-point game.
Here are the Vikings faced with a big 2-point conversion attempt.
And they'll run with it. It's Murray! Couldn't extend the ball over the goal line. In real life, he has that. But it's a 1-point game with 10 minutes to go here, boys.
And they're unable to push this lead to a field goal as it'll remain a 1-point game.
Yeah, it's a vlog. It's very fun. It's a really fun video. You should enjoy it. And there is a girl in the thumbnail. So if that should be all it takes for you to share it to all your friends. Give it a like. I'd appreciate it. Yeah, you can just put that in your watch later, and check it out either after the stream or tomorrow sometime, whatever. So it's a fun video. It's a fun video.
Forbath out to kick this one away.
And caught the 5, Hardy goes to 20, and nice play again by the Vikings special teams.
That's the 20 to the 22-yard line.
9 minutes 30 seconds left. 1-point game in Atlanta.
And for them, a touchdown their last go around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
I hope you like it. There's only one part I actually don't like a whole lot, and I was trying to be cool and do zooms during the Vikings chant song, and it'll make you kind of sick. But I just take a minute. You look away during that, it's fine. But otherwise, I think it's a really fun video. You get a lot more of my fun personality than what I do in my normal videos, where it's just talking in front of camera. And they motion Jones to the slot. Play action. The Vikings can't get any type of pressure, and it's had to Kyler Gabriel. Did he fumble it? No, that was called incomplete. All right.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Second down here after the incomplete pass.
You sure it's a good vlog? And throws it, and Freeman out of bounds.
Before he's out of bounds. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Falcons on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. Here it's
I don't swear a whole lot. I'll keep that in mind. Keep it clean.
Now Ryan.
Throws underneath to Hooper.
And he will have first down as they
Yes, it's a good vlog.
Falcon first down. Ryan to his young tight end Hooper. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball
Well, to all of you
all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call
adolescent teen boys that may or may not be in the chat, it is time to be aroused because a girl has arrived in the chat.
Well, the offense lining up first and 10.
Yo, I think the bank saw it all the time, but man, was that fun. I thought it would have been. I could not imagine how loud it would have been if Zimmer would have put Teddy in the last drive to take a knee. The Teddy chant would have been incredible. I was in training camp, and the Teddy chant was all over the place then. So that in a dome setting with 10 times the fans, well, it would have been incredible. And a big hole by Freeman to makes the man miss the 40. Goes to the 50, to the 40.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. 25 yards. They pick up there and also a first down.
At halftime, you had to feel like the defense had to be in a good position. They had to feel good about themselves. They had this guy boxed in all game long, but after that run, that might be the breakthrough that he's looking for.
Are you taking some investigation classes over there in MSU, Jacob? Well, some very good deductive reasoning skills. Ryan throws it deep and Hardy. Then field goal range within the red zone. Ryan's really been picking the Vikings defense apart.
And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
And a 3-set drop. The Vikings blitz. They really need a turnover here.
Drops it off for Coleman. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be a second down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Down on the bottom, Jones in motion. They'll pitch it to Coleman, and a big hit. Dirty Harry knifing in there. Loss of 2.
Being knocked back to the 18. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Or 4, excuse me.
Played to his resume reel because he went to the Pro Bowl last year. That's how you go to the Pro Bowl. You make plays like that, big-time penetration, and throw people for losses.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd down and 12.
A big stop here for the Vikings, and they'll run it here. Very conservative call. And Kendricks tackles them. It'll be a field goal attempt to the Falcons to make it a 2-point game.
That'll take us to 4th down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
I sound like Harrison Smith? No, I could say it. If I got a short haircut,
so the field goal
probably kind of look like Harrison Smith.
As this is a big spot right here.
And look like him? I actually don't know if I told you guys this at all. Didn't think I really had to. But YouTube is kind of my side thing. Most of the time, I spend the rest of my day working out with my coach, Zamer. And this purple football team, I don't know if you guys heard about it. It's the Vikings. I'm actually 9-2.
Sure to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone.
And trails to the 10, to the 20, to the 22. Going forward progress to the 23.
Minnesota, and the points, they have come fast and furious.
And my God, that's Case Keenum been bad. 2-1 is good, but he's not been throwing any yards at all. But with 4 minutes, 50 seconds to go, here it is.
Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses, and typically, one guy makes a big play.
Maybe the most exciting simulation thus far. 2 very good teams going at it. And Keenum. And it looks like a screen that's going to be Keenum will run. He'll pick up a couple. Nice little run there by Keenum. Picks up 7.
7 yards on the play.
The 64 rushing yards on the day for Case Keenum. It's $150 for the hoodie? Man.
Offense staying ahead of the chains here, 2nd and 3.
Like, I hate to say it, but the salute to service thing is probably more so a marketing thing for the NFL. And Keenum running to his left, throws across his body. Yes, Treadwell, there's your man. There's What you call a bust? Laquan Treadwell, big catch, 28 yards.
Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys
Yeah, the switch to service thing, so they can sell different merchandise and
so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game.
And I'm pretty sure Treadwell teleported through the legs of the Viking out of bounds. Look at that. Yeah, pretty sure he rolled through him.
It's unbelievable.
Yikes.
So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just
Yeah,
took
Ravens
off.
key, you're
He
pretty
has to
hot.
figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback.
And there goes Keenum with the 3-step drop. He may run again. He'll throw it out of bounds. I know it looks really cool. It's like the dark one that they were wearing everywhere last couple days, right? Really, that's pretty cool. His Treadwell's like that.
Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it.
Like I know up here, Joe Mauer, like private high school, that's always a pretty big one that people always know of. And Keenum on a 5-step drop throws it tipped back.
And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off.
A 3rd and 10. A very big play here. If they pick up a couple, say 5 yards, it's probably 4-down territory. If not, they'll punt. They still have all 3 timeouts. They can easily see the clock stopped.
Hoping to bring his arms down.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Or they are on the field. Could be very well 4-down territory regardless. And they will play action here. There's the unblocked. Now they have to punt.
And down he goes.
Unblocked is Poole off the nickel blitz.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable.
Do you think Mauer would have been? I don't think Mauer would have been able to take a hit though. That's my thing. If he can't, if he can't handle, if his knees couldn't handle being a catcher for like 5 years in baseball, I don't think he would have been able to take a full, like 2 years in college and then try to take like 15 years in the NFL. No way. I know being a catcher is a lot of hard work, and you take a lot of foul tips, and you're sitting in a cross position for an hour and a half. That's tough. And a decent punt there. He was the number 1 recruit in the nation. All right. So maybe it was just more of a. He was a catcher for 10 years. Yeah, I guess you have to add it like his all of his other stuff. Yeah, I'm talking about baseball right now. Do you think Mauer's still a Hall of Famer due to how well his catching days were? But he's obviously still one of the best career hitters for a catcher. And if you factor in his batting average of when he moved to first base, and he finally looked like a good first baseman last year. There's Anthony Barr knifing in there. And since the Madden sucks with time management, they will not call timeouts until a 2-minute warning, which really sucks. But the Vikings still have a very good chance to win this one.
Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And at this stage of the game, time a factor, time on their side as they just try to eke out the final precious moments.
Sanu's the GOAT. Sanu's the best quarterback in the whole NFL ever. And there's an incomplete pass. That's really good for the Vikings. If they run the ball here, they could pass the ball again and give the Vikings a really good opportunity to kick a game-winning field goal. Yeah, Sanu's the perfect passer. What is he, 6 for 6 on like 2 touchdowns? The dude's a GOAT.
Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Mauer wasn't even in the top 3 for goal at first base, so I thought and Griffin almost intercepted by Kendricks. That would have been game. A very bad time to drop interception. Kendricks should have had it. We had a bar bearing down on Matt Ryan and dropped the interception by Eric Kendricks.
In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
Here's Matt Bosher now, as he's on for the 5th time here today.
Yeah, and Mauer hit about 300.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
Oh yeah, for a while he was, yeah. I thought he should have been in the top 3 at the end of the year though. I thought he kind of got gypped. I don't know why he didn't get more love. I mean, I really didn't pay attention to baseball as much as I should have. The Twins are actually all right this year.
Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps?
You guys hate Kaepernick because you guys think he's a bad quarterback or because of the protest thing?
Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Well, he doesn't really kneel during the anthem anymore. And dropped by Diggs.
The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but
He kneeled.
every angle and shut the play down.
So this offense really needs to make something happen here late in the 4th with the football. Keenum again here on 2nd and 10.
And there's a big play by Rudolph. Close to field goal range right at the 2-minute warning. Need about 20 yards for a chip shot, 4-pass field goal to win it. Yeah, I think Keenum should clearly be on like the Texans or a team that should be in playoff contention. I don't think there's no way like, he shouldn't be at least in the conversation for a few teams. And I don't know if it's down to he wants too much money or the owner's afraid of negative press or whatever. The funniest thing though about the whole situation is Facebook comments. People reminding everybody that they're striking the, and there goes Keenum running very close to field goal range at the 27-yard line. They could really run the ball here, make the Falcons burn some timeouts, and they're going to stay out of the shotgun here. They might go for a touchdown, but I think you start running. You don't want to go backwards. You don't want to roll backwards. He went backwards. It's a big sack here, the 35-yard line. 2nd and a long 18. He's suing the league. I did not know that. Keenum looking right, throws it deep and out of bounds. A big 3rd and 18. You want to take out about 10 yards here. This is too long of a field goal since Keenum took that awful sack.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This will be a tough.
Well, Sammy, if you care, I have a video about the whole thing on the channel. Keenum running to his right. He could run. 3rd stud jumps it off to David Morgan. There we go. The ball's at the 20-yard line. A very big heads-up play. Dumps it off to the backup tight end Morgan.
A lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for him. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for the lead in the final stages.
Can the Falcons blow yet another lead? Let's see, the snap is good. The time for that kick is up, and 1-point lead, Minnesota.
Now then, it's a big kick right there.
Sammy, that is wrong. He has donated. Yeah, he's donated a lot of money to that. He's donated a lot of money.
Just a little bit further, at least under a minute or so, but this was not over yet, especially since they just need a field
Lit.
goal.
I know what you're saying. Yet, Madden just takes the backup quarterback and makes him the holder. That's why Teddy's the holder.
Forbat now to kick it away after the made field goal.
Boom. See what the Vikings defense can hold up. They can't give up more than 50 yards with field goal range. A good thing in Madden, kicking power is a joke.
Just past the 30-yard line.
But unfortunately, they have Julio Jones.
He is fully awake now. If he didn't get off to the start that he normally does, they've got his attention. He's running it well.
Because wasn't Kaepernick man of the year or something?
I
So I think the idea that he hasn't done anything is ridiculous. If it's the or like on the Time magazine cover, it was something recently.
But in the back of your head, there's that little bit of nagging doubt. Can we do this?
Put Teddy in for Kai. That's funny.
That's not happening.
Like, I don't want to get too political because you guys can have your opinions, whatever. But should base them off facts, you know. And a big hit. They throw it to Jones, but that's a big hit. I'll keep the clock running because again, Madden is god awful at time management. All 3 timeouts, they probably won't ever use them until the very end. And throws it high, incomplete. Citizen of the year? Yeah, it was something pretty big.
So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on.
And people complaining that should have been J.J. Watt. Like, all the money that Kaepernick donated was from his own pocket. Watt pretty much just took in charity, or took in other people's money. It was part of his thing. Like, Watt was a good person, but can't discredit Kaepernick that much. And they keep they're in go no huddle. They have all 3 timeouts, but they choose not use them at all. And they do play action here. The Vikings can't do much on a pass rush. They have good coverage tech. He's gonna throw it deep. And it was 3 Vikings triple covered. 25 seconds to go. They need about 20 yards.
These are the spots this stage of the game where
yeah, thanks, Vegeta. I like where you are. Where is the sky can?
He may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Three tight ends on the 3 wide receivers on the top of the screen. 4 Vikings on a 4-man blitz. They throw it underneath. Another bad underneath throw by Matt Ryan.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full
yeah, Jacob. Madden just got awful at calling timeouts.
All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make
with
sure
21 seconds. Technically, they have the middle of the field wide open. They can do underneath stuff. They can try a screen. They could do a draw, anything. But they're too stupid to do that. There's an underneath throw to Coleman. He has some room. And he goes out of bounds. 15 seconds at the 36-yard line.
That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation.
That was a pretty big play there. I think they'd still need about 10 yards to be in field goal range. I don't think they're close enough, Jacob. I don't think they're close enough. This is Madden you're talking about. Forbath was short on a 50-yarder in the simulation before. And was this like a 51 here? Let's see, and he can still take a sack. They can pull. They'll run the ball here, which will probably make the Vikings call time. Oh, there it goes! There's the loss we needed, and that will make the Falcons call a timeout. There's a -4 yards. Yeah, the clock will probably expire anyways. Yeah, team, this is Madden though. They're so bad at kicking power.
So the offense takes the
I don't know if it's a sliders thing or what. Now it's back to what, a 55-yarder? 55, 57. It's like 15 you have to add on to it. "13 seconds. I think they're gonna want to pick up like a chunk of 10 yards here or so. But now they're in another running formation. They'll try to run again. And they will run again. It's Freeman. He picks up a couple.
One tackle, but then quickly brought down. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field.
I don't remember the Harrison Smith ejection. Must have been a little bit of a while ago.
So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout.
Was this like a 50-yarder? Right back to where they started. Woot! Rookie year, alright. What was that? 5 years ago at this point? I can remember something from 2012?
So it's all up to the other.
Oh, you punched someone? Alright, there's the ice. Here we go.
10 seconds, 8 to be precise. We get whistles and a timeout on the field.
Alright.
So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now
Here's
they're back out and ready.
the game, folks. No, for some reason the offense is back on the field for the Falcons. I'm sure that's a Madden glitch. As the Vikings are still in their base defense. Oh, wait. I think I remember that now. Yeah, we got a great simulation. Vegeta's happy. Raven's happy.
So it's all up to
Here we go.
ice. Matt Bryant now. This from 52.
8 seconds left.
For the win.
Up and plenty of leg. It's good. 2-point lead, 4 seconds to go. We do have 2 timeouts though.
Sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So what a finish here as they maneuver into the outside of his range.
No, Sammy. Adrian Peterson beats his kid. He gets no suspension. All of a sudden, then the NFL gets too much heat from the Ray Lewis or the not Ray Lewis, Ray Rice situation. So then now he throws the 1-year suspension. It wasn't gonna be like nothing. Three-point game. Can Keenum pull some late game magic? Can we return the kick? Adams. It's gonna be Adams. This is the game. And no. Oh, we have 1 second left. We have 1 second.
22-yard line.
One second, and then the Hail Mary squad do it. Three wide receivers on the top, Thielen on the bottom. And only 4-man late to the worst pass I've seen in my life. GG. Vikings lose by 2. My God. Case Keenum must have fell down 3 flights of stairs before this game, banged his head. So my God, did he look retarded. That awful interception earlier.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly
And posing for the cam, damn it, Rocky. Oh well. It makes you feel better. Madden is the worst game of all time. Owned by the worst company of all time. So this will probably be about opposite. I think the Vikings overall will have a really good chance of winning the game. I'll probably have to do the game preview tomorrow night sometime. I'll probably have to record it in the afternoon. Yeah, it was a Ravens. It's some naughty language. The best company ever. Microtransition. Yes. We can talk about Battlefront sometimes. How crazy that was.
At EASports.com. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.
But there you have it. Overall, we can take a look at the stats while I end the stream. Sometimes I like to do a little something at the end. Sometimes I like to do a little something at the end, but I got stuff to do. Overall, a solid day from Murray. Though those 2 fumbles were really bad. That's what lost us the game. They returned a fumble for a touchdown earlier. If I have time, I'll do a highlight reel since this is such a close game. I will probably do it for sure because there are some good plays, right? And look at Keenum, 5 for 76, 15.2 average. Keenum turned to RG3. Coleman 3 for 0. And maybe we should have fed the rock to McKinnon more. I think after the first fumble by Murray, in real life, McKinnon is in there for pretty much the rest of the game. Julio Jones actually tore it up too. 8 for 117, so knew a bunch of underneath stuff for 63. Rudy, 5 for 98. 5 for 60. And look at this. 1 for 4 is Thielen. Yikes. Like 4 pancakes from the rookie center. How's that, huh? Sacks, 1 for Poole, Linval, Hunter, Reed, Harrison, Ben Gedeon. A lot of sacks in the game. Yeah, very close game throughout the whole time. We had a big lead. We were just consistently getting a few points a game, or a few points a quarter. The Falcons, we had a big lead in the third quarter, then all of a sudden the Falcons came out of nowhere, stole it from us. They must have had some PTSD from the Super Bowl and didn't want it to be a little bit of a reverse as the Vikings blew this lead. I don't think in real life there's no way the Falcons scored 32 on the Vikings defense. So if the Vikings offense can play anything like this in real life, we can take the W. And I'll say my score prediction again in my game preview coming up shortly tomorrow. About 5-point game or so, maybe the Vikings 28, Falcons 25. It'd be a little bit of a bigger lead for the Vikings if we played at home, of course, but since it's in Atlanta, give them a bit of an edge, at least make it a closer game. But I think the Vikings are just too good overall. So there we have it. Thanks everybody for watching. I'd love to do something else, but I got to do stuff for myself. Otherwise, we'll see you guys in the next DBZ Vikings video. Thanks for watching.